Hello everyone, this is Sean.
This is Alex.
And this is Sven.
And we are back with another episode of the Coaster Kings Radio.
Yay.
This time around we'll be talking about the obvious elephant in the room, which is the coronavirus. Is your park going to open? Is it not going to open?
COVID-19.
Is it going to go bankrupt?
Does it open next year now?
Does it open next year now? We're going to talk about that a little bit. Believe it or not, we did actually do some theme park stuff pretty recently. Good timing. Alex and I went to Texas. We went to Disneyland Paris and Disneyland Resort. And then Sven.
Yes, I have a challenge this year to visit 30 theme parks. Because I'm turning 30 this year. Yay. So I picked the best year ever to go to theme parks, you know?
God,
but
for real.
Remember when 2020 was going to be the year?
That
Yeah.
year. It was like the Roaring 20s are back.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, no, now we have the plague.
But so far I have...
And the stock market is crashing.
Well, so far I have 4, so it's already something.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's good. Especially for Europe,
Yeah.
where
Good
it's
start,
cold.
yeah.
And then at the end of our episode, we'll do a little quiz.
Yes.
Sven will explain more about it because he's the quiz master, and we're gonna try and do a good job at it.
And we'll
but we'll go ahead and
finally know who's the coaster king of the world.
The Coaster King.
For this episode.
who rules the world besides Corona, and we'll see.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
All right.
Corona's
So
disqualified.
first things first.
Yeah.
Disqualified. The news about some of the theme parks being closed. Obviously, pretty much all parks are closed. However, a couple have reopened, including Nagashima Spa Land, Happy Valley, Shanghai Haichang Ocean Park. So around Asia, we're seeing things open up again slowly.
And Universal Studios Singapore never actually closed.
Universal Singapore has been open the entire time.
Oh, really?
And so the Singapore government had some sort of different system to kind of eradicate the coronavirus, and it was pretty successful. So
Yeah.
good for them on
for
having
them.
that park open.
Yeah. It's carrying the whole operation right now.
Am I expecting the U.S. parks to open anytime soon?
No.
No.
And in Europe, no.
Yeah, I think
Maybe
as of right
May,
now, we have
June.
some like vague dates in Europe, and then the United States also has some vague dates. So Six Flags, for example, says mid-May, but that seems kind of soon to me.
We'll see if Six Flags if there's anything left by the time.
Anything's left
by
in
the
Six
time.
Flags?
Six Flags has always been in a precarious position, and now I think they're really looking pretty dire.
And then
operationally.
Disney isn't really saying anything, but they're saying, until further notice. However, Disney is actively booking any reservations for June 1st or later. So I think they're kind of hopeful that that's kind of when they're expecting to pick things back up. But that's, of course, never a guarantee.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just got news today that Legoland New York has officially extended their opening to 2021. They were supposed to open this year. Park is pretty much finished. But they are going to be moving their opening to 2021 because of the coronavirus.
Yeah. New York is about the worst place in the world to be right now for the
grand opening of a new theme park.
for the issue of the virus. So pretty much, I mean, hopefully, I guess there's a possibility that the whole country will look like that in a couple of weeks. But right now, New York is considered the
epicenter of the country.
global epicenter at this point when it comes to cases and dealing with flattening the curve. So.
Yeah, because I feel like in the
New York.
U.S. it's all getting started. Because in Italy it's very, very bad. But they're finally seeing a slight decrease, if I'm not mistaken. Madrid is also pretty bad. And there it still needs some solving. Here in Belgium, so far, they've been very good at treating it. And we are expecting to have our peak soon. So that would be good news, because then we'd finally know, okay, by when we would have a normal situation again, a more normal situation. Because at the moment we are, we have to stay at home. If you can do homework, you have to. The only thing that we can do is go to the grocery store, obviously. And also you can go out for sports, like for a walk or a run, but with one extra person. Other countries are a bit more severe, like in France, because there you have the 1-1-1 rule. you can go out for 1 hour for 1 kilometer, which is pretty severe, but it's mostly because otherwise they wouldn't do anything. So
yeah, and you have to carry, I think, a piece of paper that, with the reason on why you're outside. If you're not outside within
France,
that 1-1-1
yeah.
rule. Yeah, because my aunt lives in France and she's dealing with that now. So beautiful. And then in the U.S., we have a couple of cities or counties in around the country that have a safer at home order, which pretty much means exactly what Belgium's doing, like stay at home, but you can still go out to get groceries or take out food. You can't eat anywhere, or you can go for a walk. So, but I don't think anyone's really monitoring it here. I mean, there's cops and stuff around, but everyone's just out and about. So I think we're nowhere near the peak in the U.S. yet. So I think our parks will be the last to reopen, really.
Yeah.
hooray!
I think of the Disney parks, I think Disneyland is going to end up being closed
The longest
overall, but just because LA is really struggling too. All of our big metros, the 2 biggest metros in the United States are the ones that are being hit the hardest. So we shall see.
We shall see.
Yeah, so the dates for opening, like there are some parks that really don't want to communicate anymore. Like Disneyland Paris is taking the same approach as the US parks and saying, okay, we'll see how it evolves. Europa Park.
Yeah, we open when we open.
Yeah. Europa Park, however, is still saying the 19th of April. Probably similar to the Belgium parks because we have to stay in until 13. But possibly it will be longer until the end of May. The beginning of May. Oh, imagine end of May. And
that's what the S is looking at.
Speak that into existence.
But also Portaventura is not really into saying anything. Tivoli is also
Universal
maintaining
Parks.
The 19th, if I'm not mistaken. No, 16th even. But for me, I think every park in Europe will have to evaluate every time that their government has more information on new rules, and like it's not the time to travel at the moment.
Yeah, not at all. I think like some of the parks around here are still sticking to April 19 as well.
Universal Land Resort is.
Yeah.
But that seems highly unlikely.
That seems, yeah. I'm not optimistic, but we'll see. We'll see how the month goes. A lot has happened in 3 weeks. 3 weeks from now, it seems like not that far away, but 3 weeks ago seems like really far away.
Yeah.
Like it seems like a long time ago, like a lot has happened. So it'll be very interesting to watch it all unfold.
So I guess if we have more updates on coronavirus that pertain to our readers, it'll be on our website or in our next podcast episode. Really, we'll probably have some more time in the next couple of weeks to record another podcast, and then I guess we'll now move on sort of to some of our recent trips. Just kind of line the mood a little bit.
What did we do in 2020?
Yeah.
What did we do in 2020? We'll start with Sven because he did a couple of cool winter events.
Yes, I think
So what'd you do, Sven?
my highlight to start the year was at Efteling, where we did New Year's Eve. It's the second time I did so, and I was scared that there would be a lot of people, but surprisingly, even though it was at capacity, the lines were pretty okay. I think the max was like 30 minutes for Baron. And
Oh, wow. That is good.
yeah, so, and I'm thinking of what rides we did. We planned to do only New Year's Eve itself, so not during the day. And then January 1st is also a very awesome day to experience the Efteling because there's not a lot of people and there's like something in the air, something magical because it's Efteling. That's the first reason. But yeah, it's
The magic of a new decade.
Oh yeah.
And a bright future
It was
for the year.
2020. We just felt it coming.
But especially if you walk in the fairy tale forest, which is very unique for the Efteling, you really feel that you can experience it the way it should be, with not too many people, and you can stand at every fairy tale and absorb the story, and that's really cool. But my highlight for New Year's Eve itself was there was this silent disco at the Piranha Plane, which is the rapid, which wasn't open. But and there were 3 types of music. So people were dancing all next to each other, but some were more in R&B, some were very pop.
Coronavirus.
Yeah, at that point that wouldn't have been a good idea. But so there were you could see with the type of lights which music they were listening to. And so
that's kind of cool.
Yeah. And one of the lights was the typical, you'll know, Sean, the typical Dutch carnival music. So they were making lines everywhere, and then it was pretty fun.
That is so cool. Yeah, that's like such an Efteling thing, because it's so in the center of that whole carnival thing, and they really take it serious. Like all their marketing and stuff, it's all surrounding around that time. That's cool. And
what was also new for me was that the Vliegende Hollander was open.
Oh, okay.
Because usually in winter
That's
it's closed,
cool.
but they kept it open until the end of the Christmas holidays.
I guess you don't really get that wet anyways.
No.
Yeah.
It's more of a maintenance thing, I think.
So all the rides were open except for the Rapid for Piranha. Otherwise, you had the complete experience.
That's awesome. Was Piton running good?
Yeah. I don't think I did it on New Year's Eve itself. But on the day after, so on New Year's.
Oh, okay.
Rang in the
At
New
least you
Year.
wrote it, okay.
Yeah, well, it's all about choices. There was no queue, so they didn't activate the system where you have the boarding pass.
The reservation system. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. I think the first time when they activated the reservation system, we did use it, but I think the second time we didn't use it. Like our last visit, we just waited in line, I think. Yeah, I don't know why that ride needs that at all.
But what I did miss during the winter was doing Bob.
Oh, yeah. Maxim Moritz.
Yeah.
I wonder how that opening is delayed.
Well, they postponed it, obviously, too. But when we were there, they were already quite far with the decorations. And some of the footers were already up. But by now, it should be ready. So
what do you think of it? Do you think it looks cute? Do you think it looks a little extra? Like, what do you think?
Well, the good thing about Bob was that it was all in between the trees. Now all of those are gone. So
It's so sad.
that's pretty sad. And it's typically Efteling. Of course, they'll plant new ones, but it'll take time to grow. And I don't think that it will be as good of a family ride as the Bob, because it'll appeal more to the smaller children to me. While Bob is all
It's a
ages.
higher capacity ride, which is cool, but Bob was really interesting. That was my favorite coaster there.
Yeah, it's nice to have something that moves people through, but I'm almost think that the ride's so short to have 2 sides. I would have rather just had something a little longer.
Yeah.
Because it's like really short. So we'll see. I'm excited to try it out, but everyone loved Bob, and even Efteling loved Bob. So I know it was a hard decision.
Bob is one of the only coasters at Efteling that I've ridden on every visit that I went.
No, you were pretty lucky with all your visits.
And it seems like the least likely coaster for people to get on, because almost every ride that I had on it was like a struggle.
Just remember the line always being such a horrible mess.
But that's why it needed to be reevaluated. It was a big ride, and capacity was terrible, and even though it was really fun, like it just wasn't working as far as the kind of attendance that Efteling has and the real estate that it sat on. So
As long as they still have Fata Morgana and Droomvlucht, I'm good.
Yeah, and Vogelrok.
Vogelrok, yeah.
And another thing
I like the redo of it.
Sorry?
The Vogelrok, like when they added the new soundtrack, and I guess the third train came back. We rode it in May. It was fun.
I love that ride.
I love that ride.
Yeah, me personally, I didn't notice that much of a difference. It felt a little bit more modern, but it's still more of a classic coaster for me at the park.
Yeah, it still lights up those birds like it's the 90s.
And the snake.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's just so charming.
But God, that thing hauls ass though. Like, it's fast.
Mm-hmm.
I remember like riding it before Temple to Lift Hill, and then like Temple to Lift Hill was so slow compared to that. I was like, wow, this is horrible.
Well, there you're comparing two things. But also new was in Symbolica, they added 3 new animatronics.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you
That's
have
unusual.
the 3 different tours, and at the moment where you split up, there's like the photo op, and each room has its own OG punctual animatronic now.
Nice.
Oh, wow. That's impressive.
Yeah, so it was a nice addition, and they also tried to make the room a bit more sensible, because usually you don't really know what to do when you push the buttons to change colors or something, and I still don't really know what to do, but I remember that it was a bit more clear.
Okay. I like the ride, but sometimes I kind of forgot what the story was.
Yeah.
But
It's mostly just good visuals, which is fine.
but for me, it's a ride that you have to do. The more I ride it, the more I enjoy it, though. And it's good that
I
they
would definitely
keep
say I liked it more in my
changing
rewrites.
things.
Though for me, it still doesn't quite meet Dreamflight. I guess I just kind of really like
Corona?
Dreamflight.
Dreamflight. No, Dreamflight.
Yeah.
And then we started our year with Disneyland Resort.
We had such a great day.
We did a little trip. We were going to ride Viper, and then Viper was closed for filming.
Aw.
Yeah, they were filming a
That was
TV
sad.
show or something. We missed it.
I kid you not, I had not been there. Well, we did a ride early last year.
Yeah.
But like the last 2 years or so, I keep catching it when it's closed. It's really annoying. But
Yeah,
so-
we had a terrible time at Magic Mountain, but that's whatever. It's par for the course. We love Magic Mountain, but you know what? Sometimes we can love it and still acknowledge that it's full of problems and disappointments, and that's just the nature of the beast.
Yeah.
But then we decided to go to Disneyland for a day.
Well, we did like West Coast Racers, though. I'll be honest. West Coast Racers was fun.
It's all right.
Except for the fact that they, will not make any exceptions on rows. And there's definitely rows with less leg room, and they were, refusing to give us any other row. And so, we got off, hurting. We're we're not riding this again, because it sucked.
Yeah.
But the overall ride experience is pretty cool. They should just be more
The
lenient
next
on
generation Premier Rides trains have less leg room in the backs of each vehicle. So row 3 and row 6, and full throttle cases, row 9.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible leg room. And we tried to tell the ride attendant, hey, these rows are actually not comfortable. In fact, there are other parks like Kennywood that won't allow people over 6 feet tall to sit in the last row of their trains for that reason. But the ride attendant did not care.
Yeah.
I didn't expect him to care because it's Six
Yeah, they were
Flags,
pretty
but
rude about
he
it.
was
But then we did ride again, because
not
well,
having
that's
it.
just,
So,
we're going to have to deal with that again.
So
It's
yeah,
stupid.
that
So we
second
left.
ride was really uncomfortable for me and super uncomfortable for Sean. And we were like, you know what, it's fine.
Yeah, I could hardly even walk when we get off. Yeah, not to make it all negative.
Yeah.
The ride's really fun, but just try and really
Yeah.
avoid the back rows of the cars.
It was just a very standard procedure of Six Flags doing something cool, but then finding a way to ruin it.
But then we went over to Disneyland, and we had the greatest time.
Then we went to Disneyland. It was right before Rise of the Resistance opened, so there was no one there. All the pass holders were
It was the week of.
were chilling out, waiting. So the park was dead, and we each bought 1 day tickets for $100, and we rode 30 rides. It was incredible.
Yeah, we kept riding things, and we did buy Max Pass, I think.
Yeah.
I think we bought it with you too, Sven, the Max Pass. You can order your Fast Passes online. You get extra windows.
And you get Photo Pass.
Okay.
So even though distribution's already ended, if you have Max Pass, you can still get Fast Passes for closed distributions. That was that's fun. And we did their Galaxy's Edge. I think I like theirs a lot more than I like ours.
Why?
In
It's
Florida,
cozier.
because theirs is the layout's a little different. So they have to know the main aspects of the areas are the same because of the 2 signature rides. But between the area of Rise of the Resistance and between the rest, the Bazaar and the Millennium Falcon area, there's a bit more of a gap between the two. It's kind of like a forested midway between the two areas. So the land feels much more sprawling, as where it feels a lot more dense in Florida. In Florida, it's like almost like an oval shaped area, as where in California, it's like one big bubble and then like a smaller bubble that's connected. So it just felt more natural, like I was actually being transported somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then it was a lot more vegetation, and there's 3 entrances. So like the transition from Frontierland or from Critic Country into the land, it was much more of the transitions are way better, and like it's actually like you're traveling to a different world. And there's an actual entrance to Batu in California that has like an entrance to the city, and that entrance we don't have in Florida. So overall, I really like the meticulous kind of like the really focus on the details when it came to the overall appearance of the California version.
Yeah.
Which was kind of, more done because they had less space to work with. But in the end, I think it kind of created
like the walkway between the 2 major attractions is like narrower in Disneyland just because they didn't have
the senior pieces are kind of spread out more.
Better that way.
Yeah, I liked it a lot better.
The sight lines are just better.
And we saw like the full show. So there's technically supposed to be like a bunch of like stories happening at once at Galaxy's Edge, where there is, Rey and Chewbacca and Stormtroopers and Kylo Ren, like they're all in the area, right? We never ever in Florida witnessed that happening. Even though they do photo ops, they don't really act. But then in California, there was like constant shows, like people are following Chewbacca. Chewbacca is like hiding from the Stormtroopers are running around.
Yeah.
Rey is fighting something. It was like this
whole, like,
nonstop
live
show.
action role play.
It was like a live action. It was really cool.
Was touted for both areas, was really in full swing in Anaheim, and we've never seen it to that degree here in Florida.
Like ever.
But they also announced that there would be like a more interactive element where your experience in Smuggler's Run would determine how other characters would speak to you once you walk in the land. It's not ready yet, but did they already announce something on when they would do that?
Interesting. I haven't really heard of it much. I know about the Secret Chewbacca mode on Smuggler's Run. But I haven't really heard much. I guess I could kind of understand what you're talking about. Because when you play Smuggler's Run and you get off the ride, if you did it poorly, then like the intercom on the ride exit is like talk about all the damage and like however's not gonna like that, and you're gonna lose money on the repairs, and it really was a mission for nothing. And then, but if you do really good, it's like great job guys, you got your collection. So maybe that's what you're referring to.
No, it's even further. Like they would say that once you exit the ride, and some of the characters that are more resistance minded would say, "Yeah, good job flying," and things like that. I think in Florida it will be easy because of the Magic Band. In California,
I don't know how they're gonna do that because there's like 4 carousels and there's like 72 vehicles. No, maybe no.
It's hard to like sort
so 7
out
vehicles
the right
per.
people.
So there's 28 vehicles and they're all working at the same time, and like four carousels. So there's a lot of people exiting the same exit all the time. I don't know how they would do that.
I guess they're still working on it, and especially in Florida,
the Magic Band makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And in Florida, they'll have something of the sort because they're working on the hotel as well. So,
that'd be nice. It'd be nice to see the area evolve a little bit here and there, because our opinion of the area is getting better and better, especially now Rise is open. But there's definitely some things they could work on to make it what they kind of promised it would be. Like the out of this world best theme park experience ever. I think they're working on it, but I don't think they're quite there just yet.
Right.
But that's cool. I didn't realize they were doing that.
And for me, I also ended my, winter season at Phantasialand.
I missed that part.
With good reason. No, I really had a good time again. Last year, we also did it in the winter, and this year again. And basically, you have the full park except for River Quest, which is also the rapid, because obviously it would be a bit cold. But we started out...
Remember that one ride we had on
Say
it?
that again?
That one ride we all rode it together.
Half of us
and like and on the floor.
Yeah, that was pretty wet.
Never forget.
But
so Chiapas was open?
Chiapas was open. There was no queue. And
imagine that.
It was the first time my mom did it. And oh my God, she did not expect it.
Was she happy about it?
In the end, yes.
Did she like it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
She also did Taron, and
Oh, good.
she had already done it last time, but this time again, she always has her shocking phase at the end of the ride. Then she breathes, and it's like, okay, that was fun. But
now, I remember Taron running kind of slow and early in the day. I can only imagine it being even worse when it's cold out. How was it running?
Well, I didn't really notice a difference. It was we did already do it more in the afternoon because I wanted the queues to drop a bit, and eventually it was still like an hour. But they added some theming in the overflow queue. It's like these
Nice.
stone house elves, like in Harry Potter, that are hanging up there. It's pretty sad to see them. So yeah, it's interesting to see it because I don't really know the story about it, but I think Phantasialand gives you the opportunity to make like your own story about their theming, and that's not necessarily
I
a
think
bad
that's
thing.
kind of what they're doing. Yeah,
You come to your own conclusions about what everything means.
And we ate at Klugheim's restaurant for the first time too, Ripmorn's Tavern.
how was that?
It's like you enter. Well, we were very lucky to wait a little bit before opening, so it opened at 1 p.m. in the afternoon, which is pretty late, but still. And you can order for your table like food to shares, but it's the typical German heavy food. Like I'm wondering, yeah. For me, it was like a kind of stew with chicken, and it had like a pork ear in it too, and potatoes, and all. It was pretty heavy.
That's horrible.
Viking food.
And it didn't look that well, but it was good. It was good quality.
So everything else is open too. Did you buy Crazy Bats, the VR coaster?
No. Because we chose to start with the winges, and by the time we rode both winges, they were already at 70 minutes, and then Crazy Bat was like that, the most busy ride of the entire day. But I'm not a big VR fan, so I didn't really
Yeah, we're on
bother.
the same boat.
Does it have like a long line because now it's really popular, or
Yes.
is it just really slow?
I think
for them
it's
to like.
I think it's both reasons.
Yeah.
Because I know when you exit the ride, you can put the glasses on a sort of conveyor belt, and that way they renew the VR sets every time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But still, VR will always slow down your queues. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Unless you make it.
Yeah,
You have to
I'm
pay
not
for
dying
it.
to ride that either.
And it's still Temple of the Nighthawk, So
Yeah. I mean, VR seems like a good fit for that ride since it's
True,
dark and
though.
boring.
True, though.
And endless. Like, when they announced it, I was like, that actually seems like a good fit.
Mm-hmm.
You think it's just a placeholder? You think they'll replace the ride sooner or later?
Well, I think because of it appealing to the crowds, they'll leave it a bit more like that, and maybe they'll focus on Geisterrikscha instead. Because we rode it again, and it was very, very dated.
Needs some TLC.
Yeah, I thought they were going to close it.
And also, they're not fixing the elements anymore, because my favorite scene is like a giant pirate ship. And the cool,
I remember that scene.
Yeah, and the cool thing about it is that not only the animatronics on the ship move, but also the ship itself. But now the ship has been static for quite a while now, so they don't even bother fixing it anymore.
And then, let's see. So, did we do anything else? Well, we went to Disneyland Paris. No, you went to Disneyland Paris. If anyone's wondering why there's a little bit of a silence here, our cat's being really cute. So I had to look at
Our
it.
cat just decided to take
He
a
got
nap
into
in my
her suitcase and just
I got to
sleeps in
take a
there.
picture.
It's cute.
It's really
Super
cute.
cute.
Anyway, so yeah, we went to Disneyland Paris, and believe it or not, we're actually pass holders. I'm like way proud to say that.
Yeah, well, I listened to the previous podcast, and I was very glad to hear that you really enjoyed your time there, even though the first time you were with me and that it sucked. So I'm wondering what was the reason.
It's all your fault, Sven.
What was the reason? There was many reasons.
Well, I basically what I did was I made the build up to your second visit. Like I showed how bad it could be, and then you guys really experienced it the way it should be, even though it's at its worst state ever at the moment.
Why do you say that?
Also, for the record, Sven is the person who told us to buy season passes, so he still gets credit for that.
Ha. But why is that? Well, what rides were open in the studios?
Well, you don't go to studios.
Studios, like
Studios is a sideshow.
it doesn't. Yeah,
Crush is open. Which
the way
is
we
closed
look
last
at
time.
it is
The new
like,
Tower of Terror was open, which is fun.
That was awesome.
Ratatouille, I didn't really care.
I find
for,
the
to be
new
honest
Tower
with
of
you,
Terror pretty scary.
but yeah, we
great.
love it. It's actually it went from like one of our least favorites to our very favorite.
Yeah.
we love it.
And I don't
great.
see a lot of difference between the three shows because it's each time the girl that starts.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, well, we paid attention to the wording. She says different things.
She has different
I guess.
dialogue, and we rode twice. It got two different towers, and her dialogue between the two was really different.
okay, but the most fun thing about it is that you don't know what's coming. Like I remember, spoilers ahead, when we were entering on the top floor, the first thing we did was dropped, and that was like, whoa, what's going on?
Yeah. Yeah, that happened on our first ride. It was like that, where we just took off, and I was like, wait, where's the preamble? Where's that? I wasn't ready.
And that's kind of what they learned from Guardians in California is they split up those show scenes. It's not just show, drop, done. It's like the drops in the show scenes are intertwined, and I love that. It makes for so much better ride.
It makes our Florida one feel so predictable and formulaic.
And especially the first time, it was terrifying because the old show was so printed in my memory. So I know, like, okay, now this will happen, this will... Oh, my God, it's not happening.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
So, even though the Studios Park is a complete mess, Crush, we just really loved Crush.
Yeah, Crush is great.
We didn't quite realize that park does everything they possibly can to, like, hit capacity numbers. And, like, I was so impressed with the operation. I mean... The single rider operation was great. They were pushing out the trains. They weren't stopping. We were looking at like 960 people an hour, which for a spinning wild mouse is out of this world.
Yeah, that ride gets a bad rap for being like low capacity. I don't even think it's really that much of a capacity problem. I think it's just a really good ride, and people really like it.
And it's a good family ride.
And people will wait 2 hours to ride it because they like it. Like it's not so terrible capacity wise.
Yeah, because everyone seemed to really get off and like have a greatest time. Like everyone's laughing, and even though they all waited like 2 hours.
Well, there was kids in my car that were crying, or one of the kids come off.
There's no denying that it's a very enjoyable ride, and especially in the studios, it's a family coasters, and Disney always do well. So it's like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Part of the popularity is also because of that, because a lot of people can ride it. Crush's coaster is the same thing. But the quality of the ride is still a bit meh.
I like the pre-lift stuff is awesome.
The pre-lift stuff kind of surprised me. Yeah, the actual dark ride itself is just a box of bubbles. But I mean, it's still better than Space Mountain in Orlando. So
Well, I'm yet to ride it. So. But I hope. Well, I'm not sure they'll do anything about it in the future, but the most important thing
I think one thing that we really liked about it is that after having been to all these Disney parks, there's always kind of like a similar something at every Disney park. But then the Crush coaster is such a different ride that only Paris has anything like it, and I think that's why we were so amazed because we're like, wow, it's a half dark ride, it's a spinning coaster. It's so unlike Disney, I guess.
It's so much better than like the other Finding Nemo rides, like in Anaheim with like the submarines.
Yeah,
which is a classic, but it's like
it all feels kind of like it was like forced into it. But this one was built to be that, you know. So,
but I find it very funny that for Disneyland Paris, this is probably the most unique ride.
Yeah, it's a little
compared
ironic.
to a Mystic Manor or rides like that. It's
true.
We had Ratatouille, but even that they're taking away from us.
Yeah, even that's, And
And then they're building
hopefully
Beauty and the
with your
Beast in
expansion-
Japan, while it's a French story.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? Would have fit really well with Studios Paris. So, what exactly is the expansion going to include? So, Rock and Roller Coaster, which we already dearly missed because we like the light show better than the version here.
Yeah, so...
but also...
Yeah, so basically the first area to open is the Marvel area, which is on the left side of the park, which includes a Iron Man / Avengers overlay for the Rock and Roller Coaster. And they demolished, completely removed the Armageddon ride. And they're already building up the Spider-Man ride that's coming to DCA as well. Except that in DCA it will open this summer if Corona isn't staying. But the announcement for the Spider-Man ride in Paris came before, and it will open like a year or maybe 2 years later. So that's a bit sad, but I do know that construction rules are different.
Are they going to open an Avengers coaster before they open Spider-Man, or is it all going to open at once?
For me, it's all going to open at once.
Oh, wow. So it's down for a long time then.
Also...
you said it was an overlay of Rock and Roller Coaster. Does that mean it's still going to have like a light show and they're just adding some theming, or is it going to be like a permanent remodel?
No, maybe I misexpressed myself. It's a permanent remodeling because the building will look completely different. And there were some of the concept arts that revealed that they also add a lot of more green, because that was one of the most... it's one of the worst things about the Walt Disney Studios is that it doesn't have a lot of green. So that's one of their main focuses. Because then, after Marvel, there's kind of new Main Street will be like Jardin des Tuileries in Paris, which is a park, a pretty big park with a long lane, lots of green, and that's what they want to build up to... used to build up to the lake that will be installed. And once arriving...
And that will have Star Wars, Frozen...
And that's it for now.
Okay.
But maybe something that's also... Something that will open this year is because of them making that Jardin des Tuileries area, they demolished the entrance of the Studio Tremtor. And they will now have the entrance next to RC Racer. Well, the entrance of RC Racer for a Cars experience of the ride instead. So basically, it's a shorter version. It's Cars Route 66, if I'm not mistaken, where they keep Catastrophe Canyon, and otherwise not much is known. But I'm guessing they'll add some lightning. Maybe animatronics. I hope that they have something similar to Radiator Springs Racers, because that would be pretty cool. If they could just add some of those animatronics.
So all in all, if they actually get the Avenger Campus and they actually have Route 66, all the current attractions, Star Wars and Frozen, I think they have a really solid second game.
But for Star Wars, they're only expecting one ride. So it probably...
As long as it's Rise of Resistance,
that's probably the one. And for Frozen, basically it would be a copy of the one in Epcot, but with a little bit more of capacity, probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
And hopefully it's more reliable.
Oh, it'll be new.
But the Frozen...
It's just good to have places to go, because the park is so small. It's like one little street almost, you know? It's just good to have somewhere to walk, I guess.
But yeah... That's Disney. I'm glad you enjoyed Hyperspace.
I'm looking forward to it. Oh my God, Sven, Hyperspace! I kid you not, that was amazing.
That's all we think about now.
It's like we look at videos on a nightly basis. We have pictures in our living room. We bought a poster of the original ride.
I remember you almost crying the first time you went when it wasn't open.
Yeah, because it was down.
So now
I've been wanting to ride this thing so long.
I think you made up for that now.
And Sven, you and I went and rode Small World while Sean was having a moment
at the ride.
And then Sean finally rode Small World on this trip, and he really liked it.
Oh, Small World here in Paris is also the best.
He actually wanted to ride it a third time.
So like Paris has best Pirates. That's not Shanghai. Best Haunted Mansion.
Definitely.
Best Space Mountain.
Best Small World.
Best Small World. I mean, like, and they have all these walkthroughs. I mean, that's maybe because your home park, you're like, oh, it's the worst state ever, but it's still better than like half the Disney parks.
We really just focus on Disneyland Park. Like, we don't even really think of studios. Like,
yeah, we only hopped over to studios to get on Crush and on Tower.
And like the way I look at it is like Disneyland Paris is like a really incredible album, like a classic musical piece of art, and then like studios is like the bonus material. And there's nothing wrong with like some bonus tracks, you know, but that's kind of like what studios is at. I don't like look at it as being like a 2-park resort. I just like it's all about Disneyland Paris, and so I don't think of like studios in its current state as being like a detractor, just because like. Also,
I kind of love the classic fast pass system, just like rolling up, getting a ticket, and then like loading up on the same ride. One day we rode Hyperspace like 9 times.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, I'll take it. So yeah, very happy with our visit.
Speaking of those walkthroughs, though, there's one reason why I would do Halloween again at Disneyland Paris, because apparently last time they had... So you have the Skull Rock near Pirates of the Caribbean and all the different caves. Apparently there were ghost pirates in those caves. So imagine having like actors? A real almost scare maze in Disneyland Paris.
That sounds terrible.
God. Could you imagine doing one like with a creepy ass Captain Nemo?
I would cry. I don't.
With the Nautilus.
Oh my god. Yeah, because like that's like just dim the lighting. It's a terrifying place to be. It's like a haunt in there. Like all the hallways, like the narrow turns and stuff.
It's a good illusion.
God. Yeah, it's really cool. So yeah, everyone, Disneyland Paris is back on the list. No longer on our shit list.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're done with Disney. And
we went to Texas.
Yeah, lucky bastards.
We love Texas. It was fun.
We like Texas.
Okay, yeah. Let's reword that. We loved our trip. Texas is okay.
Yeah.
We're not the biggest Texas peeps, but we love San Antonio.
Why?
Because San Antonio is like a mix of German, Hispanic, Mexican.
Okay, but
and
why don't you
American
like
culture.
Texas that much?
Because there's Texans there.
Sorry, Texas listeners.
No, we love... Ace is headquartered in Texas. We love our Texas coaster enthusiasts and stuff. But
it's just that like infrastructure is kind of not so well maintained. It's just not a super nice place to be. Let's just be honest. Like San Antonio is pretty nice and polished, but some other places in Texas just aren't that nice to be at. Like I'm not like, wow, I love hanging out here because it's really not that nice. Maybe that's a good way of putting it. It's not really the people. It's just, I wouldn't just go to Texas to hang out. It's just I go for San Antonio. That's it, really.
San Antonio and Austin are great. Houston's okay. Dallas is not my favorite, but I have good people in Dallas that are like, I think they're diluting the the pool up there.
So we started with doing some small parks. So we landed in Austin, and we drove all the way to Houston. Instead of flying to Houston.
So, just to be sure, at that moment, there were no measures for Corona?
No.
Oh, correct.
That was before...
No. I mean, everyone at Buc-ee's was like...
craziness.
Because here it was already hitting, and then I saw you guys going to Texas, and I was like, what?
But this was like the week before, though, so we were like a week delayed from you guys.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, the moment we left Texas, Walt Disney World was closing in 2 days. So it was one of those things where we ran really fast. We were like the last people to do anything. In fact, the day that we left... 2 days after we went to SeaWorld San Antonio and we talked to their PR team, they had closed the entire parks for foreseeable future. So it was one of those things where it all went really fast. But yeah, we started with, what's it called?
We did the Galveston and
Pleasure Pier
rides. We went to the Galveston Historic Pleasure Pier and rode Iron Shark, which is their Gerschlauer Eurofighter, and that was really fun.
It was super foggy, so like we couldn't even see the ride at first. So like, is it even open? Like we don't know. We have to get on the pier first.
Is that the one that they adapted like 1 year after opening already?
I don't know.
I remember reading something about that.
It's the blue one. Oh no, that's Gale Force 5.
I'm mixing them up.
That's the SNS one in New Jersey.
Yeah. That's the one where they had to
like rebuild the whole thing like a year later because it wasn't working. Yeah, that's SNS for you.
Then we went to the Kemah Boardwalk and rode the Boardwalk Bullet, which was running amazing.
Yeah, it has like a double infinity kind of layout. It was wild. It was way better than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
It was like old Ghost Rider, but smooth.
It was like, it reminded me of like Tonnerre de Zeus on its best day, like running really well, just ferocious and constant, unrelenting.
Hauling ass.
And were there,
That was fun.
besides
A couple
the
times.
coasters, were there any other rides that were worth doing?
We didn't do any other rides.
This is mostly basic stuff like Ferris wheels, bumper cars, maybe small log flume here or there,
Yeah.
Star Flyers. They had pretty similar lineups. It was just very generic, like boardwalk, pure kind of rides. And we were kind of trying to hit all the parks in one day. We didn't
Yeah.
succeed, but
How far were they
so we
apart,
didn't really pay
those
much
two?
attention. So
They're like
Galveston,
an hour apart from each other.
Galveston and Kima was
and
25
Kima.
minutes.
Oh, was it that?
Yeah, it was close.
Okay,
They're
it's
owned by the
closer.
same company. They have like season passes for the same.
They're owned by
Okay.
Landry's, which is the themed restaurant dynasty. They run all of the rainforest cafes and
Oh, wow.
that sort of thing. So
And then going back to San Antonio, we were trying to go to ZDT's amusement park on the way there, but we didn't have enough time.
yeah,
In fact, we actually ran out of gas. And we were like, it was scary. Like, we were out of gas. We could find a gas station. We looked at our phone. It's like 30 miles away. And
we literally coasted in on.
we literally
fumes.
coasted in on fumes, like not braking, just like rolling into the gas station. It was an adventure.
Oh, wow.
We're like freaking out, Googling what to do. AC turned off, like hazard lights on. I remember those peeps, but it was fun. It was something cool.
You guys always have interesting travel stories when you're going to
like jumping in a stranger's car
Yeah.
in China. Oh yeah.
I guess in Europe
At
it's
least
the
this time
safest
we were at
then.
fault.
In my car.
Oh, exactly.
Although I do remember a certain story about the airport of Maastricht.
Breaking into
my
the
God.
airport to then run out and get into your car. For anyone who was really curious about what actually happened, at this point we might as well tell you. So we were at Phantasialand. We had the greatest time. Sven and Sander and friend,
Yes, from-
forgot the name. They were also at the park, but they left a little earlier because we had another meeting or something. So they were going to pick us up at an airport in the Netherlands so we could drop off our rental car and then go to Disneyland Paris. It was just, a bunch of stuff in a very short period of time. And so we leave Phantasialand like 2-3 hours later, like way late, and it's already dark out and the airport's already closed. And we roll up there, but we don't have no time to wait till tomorrow to drop off the car. We have Disneyland Paris to be at, and it's like 2 countries over. So Sven and Sander are in the getaway car, waiting right outside the airport. We drop off the car. We have to drop off the keys, and the airport's literally closed. Like, it's dark, there's nothing open. It's a small airport. So they're doing construction, and there's like a broken window. And Alex figures that he could climb through the broken window, run through the empty terminal to drop off the key at the desk, but there's no one anyways.
yeah, because
And then run back out of the...
when I was
Yeah.
there, it was still open, and then I noticed the
Uh-huh.
window, so it's like, okay, in worst case scenario, they can still crawl through the window, and that's exactly what happened.
So we go through the window, and then there's a security guard that's literally walking by as Alex is running down the freaking hallway back to the window. It was one of those things where we just like booked it. We just booked it for the car. We jumped in and we drove off and never look at it again. And then we're just hoping everything went all right. And then we just got our usual Hertz bill, like we dropped it off on the
Yeah.
right time, even though we never did. So
no big deal.
no big deal. In Europe, I feel like it's no big deal. In the US, we get shot.
Just another day.
Dead.
Oh my god, that was
And
hilarious.
so we went to Disneyland Paris.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was still one of our... God, I feel like every trip has one of those things.
but
We
anyway,
just like risk our lives.
So then we went to
ZDT.
ZDT, which is just outside of. It's halfway between like Austin and San Antonio.
in Seguin,
It's
Texas.
Seguin, Texas. It's an awesome little family entertainment center that started out as just like a big like arcade and pizza place.
And now they have
And now they have
water slides,
and go-karts
go-karts.
and a fabulous wooden coaster.
that goes backwards and forwards.
Switchback.
That's fun. It's actually a really unique full circle shuttle coaster. So what that means is there's a switch track. So you leave the station, you go up the lift hill, and then you drop. And the drop goes over the switch track. So you drop, and then you do a couple turns, hills, and then you have a vertical spike, and then you do the whole thing backwards again. And then right before the drop, you slow down on a piece of track that you crossed over earlier.
Mm-hmm.
You go back up the drop a little bit, and then you stop completely, and then they move the track over again to go back into the station. And it's a fabulous ride, amazing, good airtime, pretty thrilling, small and space
You
efficient.
get so much bang for your buck.
It does
that
so
way.
much.
Like you get so much more ride out of it because so much of it the train passes over twice.
And I can't believe it's only been done once.
Yeah.
And it's only been open for
Yeah.
like
The full
4
circuit
years
shuttle
now.
concept is
'Cause I
getting
remember-
really popular with like steel
I remember
coasters.
seeing news of that being built, and I was like, okay, this will be a hit for small parks. But now we're almost 5 years later, and there's still not a new one.
Well,
Yeah, I found it really weird.
Their Gravity Group is having a lot of success
Yeah.
with that product line as far as like the wooden coasters, the really narrow.
Yeah, like
gauge.
Wood Express.
Like, yeah.
and Parks and Pole.
Yeah, and like at Sesame Place, their Oscar's Wacky Taxi, and like Mind Blower down here in Florida. Like they're having a lot of success with really snug little wooden coasters with the tight turn radiuses on the
Vehicles.
the new trains, the Timberliners, but no shuttle wooden coasters yet. Besides Switchback, so they still have something really unique there.
You know who needs one of those? Slagharen.
Yeah,
Only the
Oh.
Western theme. They don't have a wooden coaster.
Speaking of Slagharen, there was a survey, and one of the options would be, would you like to have a suspended coaster at the park? So a bit like the,
Ooh.
what was the one
a New
they
Age
built in
Tacoma
Dollywood?
Oh,
Yeah, the
Dragon
family-
Flyer.
Yeah,
Yeah, so something
we
like
just posted
that.
about that one today. That's such a fun ride.
But it would be a good fit too for Slagharen.
Yeah, I find it funny. They have high attendance for a regional park, very high. But they have like 2 roller coasters.
Yeah.
I find that so funny. I always kind of thought they needed more than that.
Yep. I feel like they've got their little Vekoma family coaster, and they've got Gold Rush.
But Gold Rush is very good, though.
Gold Rush is awesome.
But they have a
What's the
lot
best
of
one?
rides
Sven,
though in the
what's-
park.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sven, was Hangtime open yet when you went to California?
No,
No.
it wasn't ready yet.
Oh, it wasn't ready yet? Okay.
Hang
Gold Rush
time
is so
was
much better.
not ready yet. Accelerator was closed.
Oh my god, that's right. It was like the most
The
horrible
log
visit to
flume was
Knott's ever.
It was,
closed.
it was bad.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry, Sven.
Thank you
so
for
terrible.
That's like our
rubbing
deal.
it in
Why
again.
would you bring that up? Yeah.
Here, I'm trying to
But I
create
do remember the
conversation.
boysenberry ice cream. That was really good.
Yeah, that was the best. The food at Knott's Berry Farm is what
Always
it's all
good.
about.
And so after that, we did Six Flags Fiesta Texas, same day. We had a lot more fun than we thought we'd have. The operations were pretty good, except for IRAD only ran one train.
Yeah,
which like really
we waited
is
an
the most
hour to
popular
ride Iron Rattler one train operations, and it has not aged well.
I didn't care for it.
It's okay. Like we sat in the back, it had a bad fiberglass rattle, which I thought was unfortunate. I'm not used to like RMCs having fiberglass rattles, but
Well,
the
it's
first time
called
for everything.
Iron Rattler.
I know.
Oh my god.
People make
Sid.
that joke too because
That's
I
right.
complain a lot about Diamondback at Kings Island because the back
It rattles.
rattles like a piece of crap, and people are like, "Oh, it's part of the theming. It's a rattlesnake." I'm like, "Shut up! Like this is poor maintenance. Like this needs to be fixed because it's not pleasant." Iron Rattler is doing the same thing now, and it even has the little rattlesnake tail on the back car. I feel like that's part of it. They have like these fiberglass little scenery pieces that they just kind of tack onto these rides, and then they don't consider how they might affect the aerodynamics of a ride, and then it wiggles itself apart. But yeah, it was fine.
I think the biggest surprise was that we loved Wonder Woman because we didn't really like Rollblazer that much. It kind of hurt the shoulders because it was so intense. But Wonder Woman, they were running 3 trains. They were doing continuous loading where the train moves to the station slowly and everyone gets in. I mean, they did such a good job with the operation on that. I was really impressed. And the ride was great. Like, it ran really, really well.
Yeah, the 3 train operations, they were loading 6 people on the trains because some of the seats weren't working on some of the trains. So just for each train, they were doing 6 people instead of 8, but it was constant.
Yeah, it was the best operation I've ever seen.
They really were.
I could have ever imagined on it. It was really good.
Really still more better capacity and more efficient than like what Great America does with the 2 train operations that fill every seat. Like it was super fast, and it was good to see.
And Poltergeist was running fun. And it was a little slower than usual.
But the 2 rides, like Wonder Woman and Railblazer, look so similar. So what are the biggest differences?
I mean, they're identical. Well, the mirror images.
Okay.
The big difference is that Wonder Woman's got like extra padding on the shoulder restraints.
Wonder Woman's restraints are different. So it's seatbelt material in California that they then added a little stripe over. But the material on the one in Texas is almost entirely like rubberish, like a coating.
Okay.
So like it doesn't really cut into your skin, or like it doesn't really, you know what I'm saying? It's just a lot more comfortable.
Yeah.
It's still a tight fit for tall people because like it goes all the way over your shoulders.
Yeah.
And then there's plenty of room for like your legs and everything because it's a pretty allowing ride. It's just not super tall people friendly because of the amount of forces and the weird restraint system. But I definitely liked it more than I did on Rollblazers. That was fun.
Also, the big surprise of the day was their pirate dark ride.
Oh my god!
They used to have a very like generic Scooby-Doo shooting dark ride, or was it Scooby-Doo?
Yeah, it was Scooby-Doo.
And then they like what was this, 2 years ago? Last year they rethemed their dark ride to just a pirate themed shooting dark ride, and it was awesome. It was such really a huge surprise. It was really good quality, like the animatronics and stuff, the targets and things. It wasn't just like 2D cardboard like cutout looking things or anything. Like it was really static, or it was really
interactive and
like really nice animatronics and stuff. Everything was like physical sets. Not a lot of screens and like flat stuff. It was all like you could tell that they really like they did it because they could and they wanted to, not because they had to. Like it was somebody in there. It was somebody's labor of love because it was like way better than we expected and way better than it needed to be or had any right to be, especially for a Six Flags ride.
Well, I find it interesting that
really cool.
Some Six Flags parks really have fun dark rides. Like I remember in Six Flags Over Georgia, the Monster Mansion.
I
really liked it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then the Justice League ones aren't half bad either. So it's fun that at least most parks kind of now have at least one dark ride.
Mm-hmm.
It's so important to have variety.
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
Yeah.
But yeah, their Pirates one is really fun.
Yeah.
And then Batman was running good. Mm-hmm. I still like Superman Krypton Coaster a lot because it has those dives off the cliff. Even though it's not the most intense or well paced floorless coaster, I still like the set.
I think it's
it
sluggish.
looks stuck.
Everyone likes.
Yeah, it looks stunning.
Everyone likes that ride better than me. Like it's such a cool looking ride, and I want to like it so badly, but it just is slow. Like it just does not maintain a clip like the other coasters from that year do, like Medusa and Kraken.
But their focus wasn't on the pacing. The focus was on weaving it around the cliff, which is still
some of the elements just should have been shorter or something, or the ride should have been taller.
It's interesting because the Superman at Parque Warner is also. You want to like it, but it's missing something. It's
like
it's fun, but it's not like top-rated coaster.
Yeah,
interesting. I like that one doesn't have a mid course; it just has that big hill.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like that about it, but I haven't been on it yet.
That one seems almost a little too like B&M paint by numbers. Like
no, it has that element versus the dive loop. That's different.
And I can also advise not to do it when it's scorching hot in the evening, because then you're like in a sauna the whole ride.
Yeah.
Painful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, because it's kind of out there.
Out in the desert.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah, I remember that, like, doing rides at Magic Mountain in the summer. Kind of the same kind of environment, like the dry heat, but like 120 Fahrenheit.
Oh, wow.
And then, like, just, like, feeling like my skin was just being scorched off, just riding rides. Yeah. And then we did SeaWorld San Antonio last. That was the most fun.
Huge surprise.
That was really good.
Love that park.
That park really has had a history of changes, but it's in a good shape right now. The new Orca Encounter was good. Their new wooden roller coaster, Texas Stingray,
Fantastic.
is like one of the best wooden coasters in the world. It's so
spectacular.
incredibly good.
What makes it so good?
It's sort of, I just think like GCI has been trending up all these years. They've been building rides for 25 years now. But I feel like their newer rides are steadily better and better. They use a different kind of lumber for some of their rides, the Ipe lumber, which keeps wooden coasters smoother, longer. It's more expensive from the get-go, but maintenance is a lot easier over time, and the ride just stays better. We rode Ghost Rider, right? That was actually something we rode at Knott's Berry Farm.
And is this GCI's first hybrid?
No, they've done a couple. Because they have one here in California.
Yeah. And they have like White Lightning at Fun Spot, which has the steel supports. But like Ghost Rider at Knott's Berry Farm was the first one to have the Ipe wood, and it's like held up so well. And so this is the second one to use almost entirely that wood. And
I think the main thing about the coaster's high quality is that it does just the right mix of things. So it's not like everything is a turn. You know how some GCIs, everything's a turn, but like it has a strong first drop that's just like a straight down airtime drop. It has a couple of those airtime moments where just like a straight airtime hill or like little drops hidden because of the terrain differences. And then it has a good variety of just quick transitions and like turns. It's just one of those things where best case scenario combination. I feel like every little thing I like in roller coasters was hidden in that ride.
Nicely terrain oriented. The landscaping is beautiful.
The aesthetic, the queue, beautiful.
It's integrated with the River Rapids ride, and there was a lot of like trees and stuff that were there that they were able to leave and with to keep without having to like knock them down. They put sand under the ride instead of like.
Well, it was like dark gravel.
Like it was a yellow. It was like
gravel.
a really nice like ground material, instead of like having concrete or just like something gray underneath the ride. It's a very handsome ride, and it's very, very well designed. Like you could tell roller coaster enthusiasts,
were in charge
of designing this ride.
And I think the best thing is the pacing. It's just the moment you leave. The moment you're on the first drop, you don't get to breathe until you get back. Like one of those coasters where like it's just nonstop, and then you get to the break and you're like, holy shit, that was so good. It's one of those rides.
Yeah, I liked it even better than like Joris and the Drac or Wodan or even Troy. Like
it's really high on our list.
It felt like Troy, but even better. Like
it's
Troy
up there with
more airtime.
It's up there with Wooden Coaster and Shenzhen.
Yeah.
So high praise for this ride. I know that usually that park may not necessarily be in everyone's like have to hit list in the US, but this coaster is definitely worth the trip out there for. And I still really like Steel Eel. Later in the day, Steel Eel really hauls ass and gets some great airtime. It gets pretty intense.
What about Wavebreaker?
About Wavebreaker.
It's not very comfortable.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
The ride's fun.
Yeah,
the ride's fun, but it's not comfortable.
It's good for family members who are like less than 6 feet tall. And then their Great White B&M invert is.
Then invert is very smooth. Yeah. It's the smoothest one out there. It's actually a little tighter layout wise than the other ones are.
Yeah, it's the shortest of the Batman clones.
Shortest, but it's also the tallest. So it's one of those things where like it was slightly modified, and the presence is cool because that's one of the only Batman rides where the most of the ride's hidden. And then you walk underneath the loop and stuff. So like you really get a nice.
The actually passes under the Heartlight roll.
Yeah, so you have it's a nice ride to kind of admire in a different way than you usually do. Yeah. And it's one of the few Batman clones that's actually located on like grass and like nicely landscaped.
Yeah.
Because most of them are just gravel. They're just like themed to Gotham. It's really nothing cool. But this one was just really nice and scenic.
And then there's Journey to Atlantis. Which,
and then there's that one.
That one's probably going to get rethemed. They're choosing a new coaster for 2021. There should be a
new coaster for 2021, or at least a new major ride right next to Journey to Atlantis. So we're thinking we're giving that a complete retheme because they redid the Journey to Atlantis in San Diego to match Electric Eel and then now Emperor. So I think they're doing the same thing for their Journey to Atlantis in San Antonio.
They've been like revitalizing whole areas of these parks. So like the area that Texas Stingray is in is the new Turtle Reef area.
Yeah, it's like Texas Coast themed. It's really nice.
So we figure they don't seem to like to leave things just okay. I think they're keen on bringing everything in the parks to a better version of itself to its like full potential.
But this journey into Atlantis is a super splash compared to the other ones that are just a super water splash. Coasters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So theming wise, it's a little.
Yeah, it's a bit.
Theming wise, it always had by far the least. So
yeah, it's pretty weak. Mm-hmm.
It would be an easy one to retheme to whatever the new ride is, which is just right across the Midway.
Yeah, especially if you use stuff like Atlantica Super Splash or even, of course, Walrus Splash. Mm-hmm. That's the last one we rode. It's like, wow, this is so bare and so basic.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Their Aquatica is really nice. Like, their Aquatica is
beautiful.
Up there as in like nicest water parks in the country. Stellar lineup.
They took such good care of us because first they comped us parking and admission for the park, and then one of their PR directors, Ray, gave us
he met up with us. He gave us a backstage tour
and told us everything about Texas Stingray and and then took us to the water park to walk around. And then we realized that we didn't know, but the water park was open.
Yeah, we thought it was still closed for a season, so we didn't even request tickets.
He gave us free admission to the water park, and so we rode some of their water. They've got some really unique water slides that even like the Orlando Aquatica doesn't have. So we retreated to some water slides, and then went back to the dry park. They just
did their beluga show, which is cool. They have a little rescue beluga from Alaska that can't live in the wild anymore, so they rescued it. And they did like a little show, like a little pre-show where the beluga came out and like everyone looked at the little baby beluga and his little dolphin friend, and they were just like playing around. It was
the beluga
cute.
has a dolphin like caretaker.
Yeah, it's like really cute. And so then they went back and then they did the whole show. Just overall, the park has a lot of unique quirks that the other SeaWorld parks don't quite have. We kind of call it the SeaWorld Busch Gardens mix.
Like a perfect Busch Gardens SeaWorld.
It's a giant
cross.
garden with a lot of rides and not as much animal interaction.
Yeah.
But what is there animal-wise is pretty unique. Like the Belugas show, there's not another SeaWorld park that has Beluga shows. And their Orca Stadium is set up circular, so like everything is much a splash zone. It's a different kind of setup. So the whole park kind of feels different. But in a way that's really refreshing and unique. And we had a really great time. Really liked it.
Yeah, the only time I saw beluga whales was at Marineland.
There's plenty there. Sad.
If Marineland closes and has to like send their animals,
they're going to Chamlong.
More humane.
Chamlong loves their belugas.
If the animals from Marineland wind up in I feel like they couldn't possibly be in a worse place. So if they wind up in a different zoo or different aquariums that take better care of them because Marineland had to close because of coronavirus, like, silver linings.
Yeah, well, we saw belugas at SeaWorld San Diego. They have them there. Orlando has belugas too, but they're just not on display like in a show setting. We saw the Chamlong Ocean Kingdom beluga show. That was out of this world.
Fantastic.
I mean, that was like tear-jerkingly amazing. It was like, but that's just Chamlong for you. They do everything a little better. But yeah, it was just fun because in the U.S. it's really rare to have belugas on display like in a show setting. So, and same with Pacific white-sided dolphins. We only saw those in China and Japan. We never saw them in the U.S. like that. So, yep, we had a good time.
Yeah. And then we came home, and everything has been terrible ever since.
Yeah, it hasn't been too great. Disney closed.
Yeah, so now in Orlando, like pretty much the theme park capital of the world, there's no parks open. There's not.
The hotels are shuttered.
The hotels are closed. There's almost no one coming in from the airports. How does it feel?
It's completely creepy.
The city is on life support.
It's really weird because, like, you'll drive here, say it's like 6 p.m. and the sun is about to set, and it's just like the freeway is pretty empty, and then the streets are empty, and hotels are just dark. Like, there's just no lights on. The hotels are just abandoned. It's just really weird because we're a town of like 10,000 hotel rooms. The world's biggest theme park resorts, 80 million visitors a year, and there's nothing, no one here, nothing open. It's really weird. It's also kind of boring because, like, you move here for the spectacle.
Yeah.
You go to Orlando, you move there because you want to go to Epcot after work and have a drink. But like, it's just kind of dead right now.
Yeah,
it's kind of weird.
At least the weather's nice. We've been spending a lot of time outside. We have a nice balcony, and
we rethemed our balcony a little bit.
Yeah, we added landscaping and stuff to our balcony just to make it.
We go on little walks by SeaWorld, and SeaWorld's just empty, and we just go by little walks because we live right next to SeaWorld. For those that don't know,
we'll go on a walk and visit Mako and Icebreaker, and
then
did they continue construction on Icebreaker?
Yeah, the track work is done.
Track work is done. However, I think everything else has been kind of slowed down a little bit because the hotel I used to work for had people working on the ride. And those people went home.
Okay.
For the coronavirus, so I think they're still working on it a little bit, but I think it's definitely delayed. Like, there's no need to do like intensive, hardcore testing or like adjustments right now because I don't think there's an estimated opening time. So
what I also saw,
but that's all I really know.
Yeah, what I also saw was a poster of Iron Gwazi now open.
Yeah.
I think they forgot to pull that poster. I guess it was supposed to be open already by late March.
Yeah, because people have ridden it. Like, RMC, people who worked on the ride got to ride it, and that was as far as they got, as far as, like, they were so close to opening it.
Timing's really unfortunate because this is one of those years that the U.S. is having a roller coaster boom, when SeaWorld is adding a roller coaster to every park, and then, like, nothing's opening. Disney's adding like mad attractions this year. Just opened Runaway Railway like a couple days before closing.
Yeah.
There were.
Yeah, Mickey's Runaway Railway was open for like less than 2 weeks.
Ratatouille is supposed to be open soon. I mean, it's one of those weird years where. Thank God it's not 2021.
It's very historic.
Could you imagine Tron not opening?
Yeah, thank God all of this stuff is going to be
Garden's not opening.
sorted out.
Because
by
I've planned to
50th
finally
stuff.
visit Orlando for the first time in my life this year, obviously. It's still planned for June, and
I'm hopeful that by June everything
You
is
might get
normal.
lucky.
I think you may be lucky.
You might catch things on the upswing, and things will
just
be waking
when
up.
everything opens and
crowds will be
nothing,
light.
no one's here.
yeah,
yet.
I'm also curious about how this will affect crowds, because on one hand you could feel like, okay, people are still too scared to go out, or on the other hand they'll be like, well, we're sick of staying inside, we're allowed to go out again, everyone goes. So
Well, you got to imagine going to Orlando is actually pretty expensive. I think there's a large amount of people that had to spend their savings on staying alive because they're out of a job, because things aren't going as they want them to go, or hoarding and have to buy a bunch of supplies because they're in quarantine. So I think it's going to balance itself out to be pretty mediocre. The people are either afraid to go, either they no longer have the money to go because they had to spend it on paying their bills while they're out of work. Which in the U.S. is a bigger problem than other countries. And then those that do want to go and they're excited to go again. And, so I think it's going to be a balance. I just don't expect it to be crazy by any means when they reopen at first.
speaking of hoarding, did you have toilet paper?
Yeah, we already
Funny
had
that we
some.
had some, because we use one roll a month.
And we have plenty.
So we had so many already there because we bought a big pack 6 months
Once
ago.
I started seeing all the internet memes about toilet paper, I went into the pantry just out of curiosity. I'm like, I wonder if we have toilet, and we do. We have 20 rolls.
How is that going in Europe? Is it toilet paper crazy there too?
It was at the beginning, and so each time when there's a roll that's finished, I'm entering the room and oh my god. And then what? The toilet paper. But we still have.
Is this the last roll?
Yeah, but no, it's not the last roll. We still have some. But what was worse is that people that were working at hospitals and everything, they wanted to go to the store by the end of the day, and they didn't have anything. So those people were really in shit.
Yeah.
For real.
For real.
No toilet paper to clean it.
Truly.
That's wild. Yeah, so overall, we're just kind of waiting it out.
I had
we're
to. Just trying to stay.
As I mentioned, I had to cancel my plans for Lynn and Maki because
Yeah, that sucks.
they announced that the park would only open in June. I also checked the flights, and the flights are probably suspended until beginning of June. So, but for Copenhagen, however, there I'll have to reschedule the flight. And then, Tivoli is open a lot more, so I'm not too worried. So hopefully I still be able to visit Tivoli this year. Because that way I finally can complete my European B&M bingo.
Yeah, we were supposed to go and do a bunch of parks, including... We were going to do a circle around the world. We were going to do Disneyland Paris, then Universal Singapore, Hong Kong Disney, Ocean Park Hong Kong, Chimelong Ocean Kingdom, and then their new gate that was supposed to open in May. And then do Shanghai Disney, Tokyo Disneyland, and maybe Universal Osaka, and then go back home. That's obviously off the table now because that was supposed to be in May. So that's not happening.
Yeah.
We may hopefully do it in October if everything goes all right with work. So we'll try to reschedule that. We'll see.
Yeah, I guess everyone has to wait.
So you be all busy and stuff? Yeah.
Okay, guys. Are you ready?
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
We
the
have
quiz.
our game.
Ooh, I'm scared.
Quiz.
Okay, let's go.
All right.
We're going to
I'm
play
ready.
Who's the Coaster King of the World? And in this game, it's on the one hand we have Alexander. On the other hand we have Sean.
Oh, God.
Alex, how high do you rate your chances to win?
Say like 75 probably.
Okay. Yeah.
25.
Okay, thank you, Sean, for
It's only because you
answering.
were conceived on a roller coaster.
Okay, so the goal is to get as many points as you can. and there are 3 rounds. Okay.
Okay.
In the first round is called 369. And why is that? Because there are 15 questions, and every 3 questions you can get more points by answering correctly. So this is a quick thing because you'll have 3 seconds to answer.
Oh, God.
And
I don't do well under pressure.
and you can also pass. And if you have it incorrectly or you pass, then the other person can still have a guess as well.
Okay.
Every question that's...
Can you do an example?
Yes. Well, an example. What's the highest coaster in the world?
The highest
Kinaka.
Okay, that was a...
cliffhanger.
Well, that's an example. So
Okay.
maybe I'll have to give 5 seconds.
just because delay of the Skype call.
Yeah.
So for every question that you get correctly, you get 10 points. If you get the 3, the 6, the 9, and so on correctly, you get 15 points.
Okay. All right.
And are you keeping track?
I'm going to keep
You
track.
better be. Yes.
Okay, good. Because I can't.
So every 3 questions is worth more.
Exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
and we're going to
Every
15.
third question. Yeah. Okay.
So,
All right.
but first, to determine who goes first, I have a Efteling coaster in my head. The first one to guess it can start.
Can we just yell? Vlieghollander.
Baron.
Python.
Bob.
Vogelrok.
Jurassic
Yes!
Track.
We're like a coaster of 6.
Okay.
Okay, so I go first.
Alex goes first.
Okay, I need to have my timer here. Alrighty.
Okay, I'm
Super
excited.
professional.
I'm ready. All right.
Alex, are you ready?
I'm so ready.
Here's the first question. What's Europe's second highest coaster?
Hyperion?
Correct. Which
Wow.
which Vin Wonders coaster will soar for the first time this year?
One more time.
Which Vin Wonders coaster will soar for the first time this year?
Pass.
Can I pass too?
Yeah.
I have no clue.
The answer is Eagle Warriors.
God.
I have not heard of that.
What's the first
feel very humble
floorless
now.
B&M coaster built? Alex.
Medusa, Six Flags Great Adventure.
Correct. 15 points. Which inversion coaster was moved from Canada to Italy?
Freestyle, the stand-up coaster, Skyrider.
Correct.
At Canada's Wonderland.
Which inversion coaster was moved from Japan to France?
Oh.
But Sean?
Take too long.
Orochi.
It's Monster.
Monster.
I get the turn. It's
Yes.
Monster.
Sean,
Yeah.
which Ohio coaster
Okay.
has the most inversions?
Loop Garou.
Ohio.
Alex?
Ohio. Vortex is closed.
It would be.
Oh God, I know which it is.
Is it Gatekeeper?
Dun. It's Banshee.
Banshee.
Exactly.
It's Banshee.
Yeah.
I hate
Sean,
Banshee.
which was the first non-US RMC?
Hakuge.
But
Oh, Wildfire.
Yeah,
that's
Wildfire.
right.
Alex?
Wildfire and Clomoudon.
But it's Medusa. That's Six Flags Mexico.
Oh my God.
This is horrible. We
Terrible.
are so bad at this. Who's the coaster king of the world? Not us.
Sven. Sven is
Sven.
the coaster king of the world.
It's Alex's, Sean's turn. Sorry. What's the 4th longest Asian coaster?
Oh God.
Doesn't have to be easy.
Pass.
Is it Fujiyama?
No. Gao at Greenland.
I would have never guessed that. It would have
yeah.
been like Parrot Coaster. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Paracoaster is not in Japan.
I thought I said Asia.
Oh,
I said Asia.
Japan.
I said Asia.
Okay,
good.
might be.
Sean, which fine china Sunakland coaster sends you spinning?
What?
Wait, can you repeat that, please?
Which fine china Sunakland coaster sends you spinning?
Fine China.
Fine China? I'm not sure what that means. Is that like a city?
But Alex?
Inflaming
No.
Beetles is not it. It's
Uh,
Sunak Park.
Spinning porcelain.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's fine.
Fine China.
Oh my god. Okay,
Like,
I
yeah,
just not getting it. I was
I
like,
get
is this
it.
like a
Alright.
region? Like,
Yeah, I got you.
okay, cool.
That was like a riddle.
A
This
little
is
bit,
riddle.
yeah.
This is good for social media.
Okay, Sean, not counting the renewed Eurosat coaster, which was Europa Park's last new coaster built?
Arthur.
But
Oh no,
Alex?
It's Baba
stupid
Express.
little kitty
Baba
coasters, right?
Baba Express.
Wow, I'm like,
We literally talked about that.
I know, we talked about it last night.
well, there you have it. Alex, which Australian coaster has the most inversions?
The SLC at Movie Park or Warner Brothers Movie World in Germany.
Yes,
Or
I'll
not Germany.
count it.
In,
yeah.
on Gold
It's
Coast.
Arkham
yeah.
Asylum
Arkham Asylum.
Shock
Arkham Asylum.
Therapy.
There it is. Yeah, that's right.
How ironic is that
It's got the
name?
weird
Shock
trains.
Therapy,
Yeah.
and it's an SLC. Hooray!
Yeah.
I think that's why the name of that
Does
one.
it have Kumbak trains?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Double shark
Ah.
there. Oof.
Yeah.
Alex, what's the name of the Schwarzkopf coaster in Botswana?
Oh god. Looping Star.
Almost. But
Loop.
Sean?
Looping.
But
It's the one at Lion Park,
it's called
right?
yeah, it's Gwazi.
Gwazi.
Oh my god.
that's right. That's
I
right.
literally saw it on
Yeah, it
RCTV
used to
the other
be
day
called-
when I
yeah,
typed in Gwazi.
yeah.
I was like, why is there two options?
Really amazing color scheme.
Yeah,
It's a silver arrow.
like Scorpion.
Alex, which Qatar coaster shares a similar name with a Cedar Fair Aero coaster?
Oh Jesus. Lightning?
But
No.
Cedar Fair Aero Coaster. Corkscrew?
Dragonfire.
Oh my god, that was the second thought. Shit. I was like, no
Almost.
way.
I was doing well just to name a coaster in Kuwait, honestly.
Alex, which ride is the only Maurer
He said Qatar.
Skyloop XT450?
Oh, that makes sense. Sorry, one more time.
Which ride is the only Maurer Skyloop
We know
XT450?
this one.
Is that Abismo?
Yes. And final question. Alex, which Gerstlauer is the second fastest ever built so far?
Takabisha?
But
That's probably the first
Sean?
fastest. I don't know.
Is it Kernan?
that's the fastest. The answer is Fury at Bobbejaanland.
Wait, that's faster than Takabisha?
Yes.
What?
Fury goes. How fast does it
How
go?
fast does it go?
106, I think.
Kilometers an hour? That's crazy. Because
Well,
I thought Takabisha was hell.
Takabisha goes
It's so much
72
larger.
miles per hour.
Please hold.
Are you totally sure?
I think-
Plus, we have
Well, he probably
RCDB
RCD'd
said
all of
so.
these.
because we also have the Shell Razor coaster, which is almost a clone of Takabisha. It's like this virtually. the same.
Sharvasia looks so boring. Well, not boring. It looks so
Yeah.
like, it looks weird inside.
Yeah.
Takabisha. That's crazy, Sven. That must
Takabisha
be
is
such a good ride.
100 kilometers per hour.
Yeah, 60.1 miles per hour.
But the
Oh,
third
wow.
lance of
And
Fury
so-
is pretty fast. And you can...
so Fury is like a full circus shuttle, right? Yeah. Wow. Wow, I'm amazed. Yeah, because look at how tall it is.
Makes sense. Wow,
That's
I learned something
crazy. I never
new.
really appreciated how big this ride is. It's a big ride, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
really the ride that Bobbejaanland needed.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good for them.
Your
Okay.
signature ride.
I still have to count these points, but so far Alex is in the lead.
I wasn't sure.
Okay. Are you ready for the second round?
Yes.
Maybe you should get some paper for this one.
Paper.
Paper.
Okay, we got some.
We got paper here.
Because this
Do you have
is
enough pens though?
the puzzle round.
Let me get a pen.
Okay. Okay, I'm excited.
So what happens in the puzzle round is you have 9 words, and each time 3 of them connect to one other word.
Okay.
I'll give you an example. The 3 words are masquerade, impulse, and harpy.
Okay. Okay.
So what is the word that connects those?
Impulse, masquerade, harpy.
Well, masquerade is the Gerschlauer spinner at Prater. Impulse is the Zierer looper at Knoebels. And harpy is a B&M flyer in China.
The link can be different things. It can be a manufacturer. It can be a company,
A theme.
a theme.
It's because they're all... Are they... My God, Sven.
I left this one out because it was pretty hard. But it was good to illustrate the exercise. So the link between them
Give us the answer.
is 2015.
Oh, they opened the same year.
Exactly.
Okay.
Oh, girl,
So these are
I'm gonna
things
fail
like
this
this.
test. Okay.
So
I was probably overthinking it, but yeah. Okay.
So there are 4
Okay.
puzzles, 2 for each. So Alex, because you're in the lead, you can start with the first one. You'll get a certain amount of time. And if you fail to find a 3, then Sean has another shot to complete, immediately, to gain points. Each correct answer gives you 20 points.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
So you can write down the words if you want to, but you'll need to be fast.
Okay.
So the first 9 words are Afterburner, Avalon, Six Flags Magic Mountain, Klugheim, Land of Legends, Cedar Point, Manowar, Carowinds, and Sequoia Magic Loop. Your time goes now.
I only wrote the first word down. So 3 of these words.
There are 9 words, and each time 3 of them connect to one word.
I only got 6. Can we get the last 3 again? Is that possible? We can look at the same paper.
I'll repeat all of them. Afterburner,
Okay, please.
Avalon,
Okay.
Six Flags Magic Mountain, Klugheim, Land of Legends, Cedar Point, Manowar, Carowinds, and Sequoia Magic Loop.
Okay. Do you know what this word is?
Okay.
You still have 30 seconds.
Wait, I can't see. Sequoia Magic Loop. Okay. So Afterburner is the S&S coaster in it's like a S&S Scream and Swirl thing that's in Russia, right? It's Afterburner or Afterburn?
Afterburner.
Okay. So not the inverted Carowinds, but the S&S. And then Sequoia Adventure is that Scream and Squirrel at Gardaland. And then I don't even know where Land of Legends is. Is that in Turkey? Is that...
No, I think that's the land at Bobbejaanland.
You're helping your competitor.
I
know.
Girl, we need to work together to figure any of this shit out, okay? This is some fucking Da Vinci Code shit that you've handed us. Klugheim. You're covering up the list.
Sorry, this is a work emergency.
You're past your time, but I feel a bit sad for you that you haven't found any yet.
Yeah, I think you overestimate our abilities here, Sven.
Sean?
I'm like just as confused, I'm afraid.
I already heard an answer, but...
We already mentioned the answer?
So is SNS one of the words? Because it's... I guess I'm confused because I'm like...
Well, if there's a B&M Wing Coaster at both Cedar Point and an Avalon.
Yeah.
So B&M Wing Coaster is one of them.
No.
Because there are 3.
Okay.
I'm afraid the time is up, boys.
Okay.
Please tell us. One was B&M.
Please put us
The
out of our
first one was
misery,
Screaming
Sven.
Squirrel.
Okay.
Because Afterburner, Man o' War, and Sequoia Magic Loop are the only 3 Screaming Squirrels.
I didn't know what this word was.
Oh, Man of War. Okay.
Then Avalon, Klugheim, and Land of Legends, they all have music by
themed
Imoscore.
Okay.
Oh. That's crazy.
And Six Flags Magic Mountain, Cedar Point, and Carowinds, they are the 3 parks with the most inversions.
This is crazy. You got a minute for that? Wow. Okay,
So we'll
Sven.
see.
We should do puzzles online.
You should be giving us sets of 3 and be like, these 3 words, like in the practice
That's not
round.
not how it works in the show, in the TV show.
Well, your show is...
Well, having said that, we should totally add these online.
Yes. So as I
already
already mentioned, the puzzles will come on Instagram so that we'll see
That's
how many
cool.
listeners can or followers can find out the answers. Anyway, let's go to number 2.
Oh, that's another one.
There's 4 in total, so I expected a lot of you guys, but
Wow,
Yeah.
so thanks.
okay, get ready.
Is it going to be 9
Yes,
again?
and this time it's for you, Sean.
Okay. Beautiful. Okay.
So first set is La Ronde,
Okay.
Electro, Fantasyland, Frontierland,
So slow.
Dynamite,
Dynamite.
Six Flags New England, Six Flags Fiesta Texas, Dancing Oscar, and Liberty Square. Go.
Okay.
So 3 of them are Disneyland, Disney-themed areas at Magic Kingdom. So Magic Kingdom, I guess, is my first guess. Because Fantasyland, Frontierland, and Liberty Square are Magic Kingdom.
It's not the correct answer.
Sven, what the fuck? Disney area.
No?
Oh my god. I'm gonna freak out. So La Ronde, SFNE, and SFFT are all Six Flags parks. So Six Flags,
No.
they all have a coaster over a certain amount of feet, over 200 feet.
No.
Yes, I do. I'm not kidding.
But that's not the word we're looking
for.
for.
That's the word we're looking for.
God.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm freaking out because I need more time. They all have an Intamin, right? Intamin. No, they don't have Intamin here. What the hell? Oh, they all have Boomerang.
No. But you're getting closer.
Ben, you were
Tacoma.
literally terrible.
What are you doing to us? What? They all have Boomerang though, right? Yes, they do.
They do all have boomerangs.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do
but
I have
that's
a
too
hyper?
boring.
It's Sven. Something that's boring is good. Okay. Dancing Oscar. Okay, those are the Dynamite is a Mac Big Dipper. I don't know what Electro, Dancing Oscar are. I guess they're flat rides. Maybe they're all flat rides. Are they Mac flat rides? They're Mac.
Mac is the correct answer.
Yes.
That
Okay,
one.
got one answer. Okay. So the Disney ones are. What? I don't know. Like they're lands. They're Disneylands. Like Babe Q. Do you have anything?
I don't know what to say other than that they're at Magic Kingdom.
The Magic Kingdom
They're
areas.
yeah.
Can you give it to us?
Sean, your time
how much time
is
do I have?
up. Alex,
Okay.
any guesses?
I don't fucking know, Sven.
Wow. Wow. I thought I was on the right track, too. I had Boomerang, I had Mag, I
Okay.
had Disney areas, I had everything.
But so Electro Dynamite and Dancing Oscar are all Mac rides. Electro is at Mega Park, Quebec. And Dancing Oscar is in Shinhwa Theme Park, South Korea. Hooray.
Okay.
God.
Because I wanted to make it
How do you know
international, you know? It's Coaster King of the World.
Well, at least I got that
Right
one
now,
right.
I'm feeling like Coaster Clown of the world.
Fantasyland, Frontierland, and Liberty Square are all areas where there is a haunted mansion. Or similar.
Okay, I got that. I get you.
And finally, La Ronde, Six Flags New England, and Six Flags Fiesta Texas all have a Goliath.
Wow, here I'm focusing on them Boomerang, one of which is even a Goliath. And here I was thinking of Hypers, I was Goliath. Oh my god, it was so close. Okay.
Okay, but you're improving,
Okay.
you're improving, so there are still 2 puzzles left.
Alright, next puzzle is Alex's puzzle.
Great.
Alex, this is yours. I thought
I
you
guess
were
I'm both puzzles
excited.
Now.
I was excited. Now I just feel dumb.
Well, at least
I
you're
feel very
learning
humbled.
things then.
We certainly are.
Okay,
Alright, ready, go.
get ready. Dragon. Stavelo.
Wait, what?
Stavelo. The Claw.
Okay.
Hasloch.
You know the...
Hustler.
Blue Tornado.
Ooh, okay.
Heard of that one.
Kuvorden.
What is that? I'm sorry, you skipped out here.
Kuvorden.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yep,
Maelstrom.
indoor, okay.
Loki. And Spinball Wizard.
Spinball was
Time is up now.
Okay.
Go, Alex.
So,
The first one's Dragon, in case you can't read it.
Maelstrom, Loki, and the Claw are all pendulum rides.
A bit more specific.
Frisbees.
A bit more specific.
Are they all Intamin?
Yes. Intamin gyro
Okay,
swings.
they're Intamin gyro swings. Okay. Dragon. Tornado, Spinball Wizard. Klopsa. Hustler is Six Flags Fiesta Texas has a
No,
Hustler.
it's not
their
Hustler.
little
It's Hasloch.
Hustler.
Oh. You thought it was Hustler too, right?
Yeah, I thought it was
Okay.
Hustler, the pool ball themed teacup ride at
Hustler. Okay. God, I don't know what the fuck that is.
neither.
Sorry for all the cursing in this episode, guys. We're just like really freaking out over Sven's crazy puzzle. Just so everyone knows, Sven's fiance Sander loves puzzles, so that's why they're so intense.
Stavelo, Hasloch, and Couverton are all cities that have Studio
Indoor parks.
100, or what's the name
Yeah.
of that studio? What?
Plopsa.
The
That's so
Plopsa. They have Plopsa.
Why are you
Park.
giving away your points to Alex?
Because I love Alex, okay?
Okay, time's
He
up.
loves me more than you love us, Sven.
Sean, do you have the final
Decided to
one?
finally get some. So I won?
Do you have the final one, Sean?
Well, no.
Oh.
Dragon, Blue Tornado, and Spinball Wizard. So, I don't even know which dragon we're talking about. There's like 50 rides
How many
called
dragons?
dragons.
Doesn't matter.
God, does not even have the same manufacturer. The Blue Tornadoes from Hong Kong.
They're all Merlin coasters.
Exactly.
Yes, they are.
Well done.
Did you
See why think it's far fetched? It's
I guess, okay, yeah, alright.
see, you're
okay.
getting the hang of it. Sorry, I'm giving them to Alex anyway. The points.
You should give Sean some points too.
Okay, I'll give you some
I
points.
feel bad. I'm sorry.
I feel bad. Rips out my earpiece. All right.
Are you ready for the
Taking 9
final
more
one?
dashes here. Let's do.
So Sean writes faster than I do, so he's the one writing all of these
Okay.
down. He wrote the last ones down for me because I can't.
Okay.
Go.
Barnyard Dance. Merlin.
Merlin.
Okay.
Prezzemolo.
Who?
I
Infusion.
don't know her. Infusion.
Bandidos.
Okay, Banditos.
Cosmic,
Cosmic.
Falcon,
Falcon. Okay.
Houdini, and
Okay.
Scream. Go. Go, Sean.
So Merlin, Houdini, and Cosmic are all madhouses by Vekoma.
Well, you guessed the keyword. That's right.
Madhouse?
Mm-hmm.
Does that count?
Madhouse
Can I
counts,
continue?
yes.
Okay, sweet. Okay. Barnyard Dance, Banditos, and Scream. Not sure. Falcon, Barnyard Dance. I know Infusion, Falcon. I don't know what this word is. Prezzemolo? You have any ideas?
Prezzemolo.
That one. A Falcon and Infusion are blue roller coasters.
Exactly.
I don't think.
Oh my god.
Okay, blue.
Yep.
Okay. So I have left here Scream, which is either Floorless or the
Drop Tower.
the Drop Tower. Prezzemolo or Bandita, no, but I want to say Drop Tower.
No.
No.
Okay.
Alex?
Hey, SNS rides.
SNS.
No.
Yeah, I really don't know.
They all opened in 2003.
No. You mixed up some of the things. Merlin, Prezzemolo, and Houdini are all hosts
Okay.
of madhouses.
Yeah.
Prezzemolo is the character of Gardaland, where the magic house, madhouse.
Sounded like the coronavirus. That's right. No kidding.
And then,
so then we have left.
Infusion, Falcon, and Scream are the three blue coasters.
Oh, that explains a lot. Okay.
And then Barnyard Dance, Banditos,
Bandito
and Cosmic.
They're the swings. The human swing.
No, they're one of the most copied coasters of the last decade. And
They're
Yes.
SBF Visa spinners. Damn, did I just win this round? Okay.
I think
Just
you
give it to
did,
me.
yeah. Yeah, you did.
Okay, good.
Good job, babe.
Yes! I'm so proud when I was like, Madhouse! I was like screaming it through the room.
Yeah, because Mac builds them too.
I know someone else makes them too. I was just so excited that I at least connected Merlin from Wallaby Holland with Houdini from Six Flags. I was like, no way. Sven, you are a mastermind. Creepy though.
A mastermind.
This is intense.
Okay, so I'm going to give you the score at the moment. Alex is at 105 and Sean is at 90.
Okay.
Good job, babe.
So the final round can
So good.
change everything.
Still anyone's game.
At least closer than I thought it would be.
Okay, so the final round, the keywords round, has 10 questions. I'll each time give you one word, and from that you need to describe things that you know of that word. For example, what do you know about Viper?
It's a roller coaster at several Six Flags parks.
So there's several roller coasters named Viper. My favorite Viper is has 144 foot suspended looping, which is still the highest elevated looping in the world. It has a top speed of
Like 62
miles per hour. It's 178 feet tall. It's located in Valencia, California. And then there's another Viper, which closed, but it was a Schwarzkopf shuttle loop launch coaster at Saratoga, Georgia. Okay, that sort of
so
thing?
the three keywords were Six Flags Magic Mountain, Arrow, and 1990.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay. I thought this was like, list as much
No.
information as you have.
But
so many Vipers.
That's how you
We're
need to
getting a
do
new
it.
Viper, too.
But that's how you'll
Okay,
end up
yeah.
naming things about the
Okay, cool.
word.
Okay.
Okay, you'll get
Nervous.
1 minute. 30 seconds.
That's fun. Don't you see what bad
Because
this shit?
otherwise the podcast will become too long. But okay,
Okay, fair enough.
are you ready? What do you know
Yes.
about Bellewaardepark? Sean.
It has
Boomerang, Huracan,
Yes. Boomerang.
Water Rapids Ride. Huracan, Dalton Racer. Is that what it's called? No, it's called the racing, the
Dawson Duel.
Dawson Duel. Wait, there's only one that got right? Shit.
It was a Six Flags park for a little while.
Six Flags. Company des Alpes.
Yes.
Okay.
Time's up.
Two. Okay, well, I'll take the two. Do I get points for that?
Do you have a third one, Alex?
Their boomerang was the first one to run with people on it, wasn't it?
It's the first to open, second to be built.
And
but it needs to be keywords. It needs to be words.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But it was a lion, because the themed character is a lion.
Oh, that's right. The character's a lion. Okay, do we get points for this?
Yeah, you get 40 points.
Okay.
Because Compagnie des Alpes was 10, Boomerang was 30, and Lion was 20.
Oh, okay, that's how that works.
Okay.
I'm surprised the company is up. Okay, cool.
So, Alex, this is your turn. What do you know about Joe Rohde?
Joe Rohde?
Oh, you know everything about Joe Rohde. You watched a whole documentary on it.
I did.
I'm not hearing anything.
He's the Disney guy. Who's the Animal Kingdom guy? With the giant earring?
Yes, there you go.
That's one.
You got 12 seconds left.
Oh, my God. So Animal Kingdom, Disney World is not one of the keywords. Kilimanjaro Safari. Imagineer.
Yes.
Okay, that's one.
Good, babe.
And time's up. Sean?
Okay, all right.
Everest. Expedition Everest.
No. It was
Yeti.
Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout.
Oh, I guess that's true.
Okay.
So how many points you get? Probably 15.
30.
Got 20 to 30.
I only got 30.
Okay.
Well, the gap is really close now. We're 5 points apart.
All right. Sean, what do you know about Universal Studios Japan?
Flying Dinosaur. What's it called?
Yes.
Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Hollywood Dream Backdrop. Amazing Adventure Spider-Man. Yu-Gi-Oh! Whatever the VR coaster is.
You gotta know the name.
Fantasy Odyssey, Space Odyssey, Girl, good. Universal, Osaka,
Yes.
Japan.
Stop.
We have
Alex?
Okay.
Okay.
Was Space Fantasy one of them?
No.
That's what you were trying to say. Or Gekion, Neon Genesis Evangelion.
There was one still worth 20 points. 20 pounds. 20 points. Super Nintendo World.
Super Nintendo.
Oh, God. I guess I could figure it out.
But that got you 40
so I got
points.
40 points?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Alex. What do you know about Symbolica?
Oh, I love it.
Only in Dutch.
The trackless dark ride
Yes,
at Efteling. It has 3 journeys. It's like, what was it like?
I can't say anything.
There was one.
That's close to winning.
We like the treasure one the best, I think.
Yeah.
Like Pardos is
Yes.
in it, and that's one of the words, Pardos.
Yeah, you're getting close.
And
Stop. Sean?
okay,
Which one did you call? Just so I know, because you mentioned a lot.
I Pardos and
Dark Ride.
Efteling. Dark Ride.
Trackless or
I tried to remember the 3 different
Schattentour,
journeys.
Muziek Tour, Helden Tour,
No.
or Hero, Music, and Treasure
Time's
Tours.
up.
Treasure Tour, yeah.
The
Okay.
word was ETF.
Who's that?
ETF.
Yeah, they
The fuck?
constructed
Did they
the
do theming?
vehicles of the ride.
Oh, okay.
But that gave 30 points.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's because the hard one was ETF.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Sean, what do you know about Canada's Wonderland?
Ooh.
Canada, Ontario, Cedar Fair.
Yes.
Vortex.
Yes.
Leviathan. Sky Roller. Sky Rider. SLC. Flight Deck. Time Warp. Dragonfire. Vekoma flat ride. I forgot what it's called. I have two, right? Shit. What else do I have? Yukon Striker, Dive Machine, B&M, lots of B&M, Water Park, Soak City.
Time's up.
Soak City.
Alex?
Yeah, there's the culture.
Is it like King's Entertainment Corporation? Is that the third one? Or
Can I still guess?
Hanna-Barbera?
Paramount.
No, it was Vaughan, the city where it was.
Oh God,
here Ontario.
But I give you 30 points.
Okay.
I gave you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Alex, what do you know about Skyrocket 2?
Oh, their premier rides, launch shuttle coasters, full circuit shuttle coasters. There's one at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom, Bosque Magico, Chimelong Paradise, Canopy. No, not Canopy. Lake Compounce. Hype at Sarkaniemi.
I love the word hype.
They can at the Busch Gardens parks have Tigress, Tempesto, Electric Eel. They have 6-car trains or 9-car trains. Oh God, I only have one. I only have 1 point. Comfort collars.
Stop.
What's going on?
Sean?
Superman escape.
Yes.
Superman. Okay, Ultimate Flight.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Superman Ultimate Flight. Yeah. Okay, that's it. I'll take
Okay.
that one. I'll take what I can get.
2012 was the first one.
Oh, because opening year. Yeah. Okay.
So 10 points
So I got
for
points for
Alex
that?
and 20 for Sean.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, the final 4 questions.
Oh, there's still 4 left. Okay, cool. Okay.
Sean,
Scary.
what do you know about Topper Track?
Rocky Mountain Construction, Wildfire, Outlaw Run, Lightning Rod, Launch, Steel Track. Oh God. Tennessee, Smoky Mountains, Pitch and Forge, Cole Meriden, Sweden. Silver Dollar City is located in Branson, Missouri. Oh God. Ellen Schilke. Inversion, stall.
Stop. Alex?
Oh my God. What's left, babe? What's left?
Idaho.
Oh my God, this Idaho is the answer. I can't.
Coeur d'Alene, wherever their
No.
headquarters is.
Wait, what did we miss?
Boulder Dash has Topper Track.
Stop. There are 4.
I don't know. 4 Topper Track coasters.
The new one in Angelandia. No, that one's not
No,
Top
no.
Track.
That's Iron Horse.
That's Iron Horse. Okay, go for it. Give me the last answer.
What?
That was the last
Oh, it is
4.
4? Oh. Okay, how many points did I get?
30.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm so excited to know what the 4th was. What's the 4th, though?
The 4th?
There's Colmartin.
Because we have
Lightning Rod.
Wildfire, Lightning Rod, Outlaw Run. What else?
Oh, Goliath.
Yeah.
That's Six
Oh
Flags
my God.
America.
Everyone always
Yeah,
forgets
yeah.
about Goliath. Crap. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Continue.
Where's the quiz going? Oh, it's pretty funny. Whose turn is it? Is it Alex?
Mine.
Yeah.
It's Alex's turn.
Alex, what do you know about GCI?
Great Coasters International.
Yes.
First coaster was Wildcat
Yes.
at Hershey Park in 1996.
Chica.
They built Gwazi and Jorasund at Track and Bodon. Millennium Flyers is their rolling stock.
God, that's
I'm
all.
trying to remember who. I don't know. They're based in Maryland, I think. Or no, or maybe no, they're based in Pennsylvania.
Yes.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
They're near
That's
Pittsburgh.
all 3.
That was it. Oh my God.
Damn, babe. You got like 60 points.
I can't believe it.
All right. Last one for you, Sean. What do you
Come
know
on, babe.
about
Lose my mind.
the Enterprise?
The Starship Enterprise.
Star Trek or no kidding? Okay, so Star Trek, Flat Ride, Intamin, Schwarzkopf, Wheelie, Wallaby, Slagharen. God, everyone has a freaking out.
Huss.
Huss Enterprise.
Yes.
There's that big one, the big Huss Enterprise in Canada's Wonderland. I
It's
forgot the
gone
name.
now. Orbit. The Skylab.
Skylab.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it's called. God, who thinks of this?
Time's up.
Operation Enterprise. Can I get that one,
What?
please? Was it one of them? Operation
No.
Enterprise? Oh, okay.
Movie Park Germany.
I was so excited. I was like, oh my
Alex?
god, Star Trek Operation Enterprise.
It's a really hard
Jaws.
one, but
Okay.
Just give it to us, man.
Enterprise.
What is it?
Heinz Fatz apparently.
Oh, that was the other company. That's
Darien
right,
Lake
because,
has one of those.
Darien Lake's Enterprise is a Heinz Farts one.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have never
The
guessed
three
that.
companies
I would have
that
never
made
ever
them.
thought of that.
Yeah.
Okay. 20 points. 30.
30, yes.
the hard
And
ones.
the final one for Alex. What do you know about Parques Reunidos?
Oh, he knows
Oh,
everything
God.
about that. Come on, you know the answers. List them.
Tusenfried, Kennywood, Bon Bon Land, Parque de Atracciones in Madrid, right? Or and it's Park Warner.
Yes.
Are they? Okay, Park Warner is one. Okay. Like compounds.
Give the other company's name.
Palace Entertainment. Raging Waters. God, I don't know. They're based in Spain.
Yes.
Is that Spain? Spanish? Yeah. Okay.
Fuck, baby, you're winning this game. It's a bunch of other parks. You just list them
And
off.
time's up. Sean?
Bobby Island, Slagharen, Move Park Germany, Marineland Antibes. That's all I got.
The 30 points answer was Motion Gate Dubai.
Oh,
They own
God.
that?
I was
know that.
surprised
Yeah, so
as well, but apparently it's on their website.
Wow, look at that.
Okay,
Well, that was 30 points then? Okay.
so now you'll have to talk about something. That way I can count the points.
Okay. So this
feel
quiz was
exhausted.
really hard. I was like, got a freaking workout.
I
in.
feel-
I am a
feel-
bit known for having hard quizzes, though.
I feel very compromised.
You know, it makes me think maybe we should reinstate quizzes on our website. I used to do quizzes. I have like a quiz thing. You can just like do quizzes and
It
answer
was
them.
fun though, and I did. learn
Maybe we should do
interesting
like
things.
quizzes on the website. Just have people have shit to do during the quarantining.
Right.
That'd be fun.
Quarantining
But did you
is
like
hard.
it?
Quarantining is hard. Yes, I
Yes,
loved it,
that was
especially towards
really
the end.
fun.
Once I kind of got used to being struggling and stressed, it was good. You know.
Yeah, I needed to, once we got the rhythm going, like the format.
Yeah, I like the last one. I think the last round the best.
Mm-hmm.
I also didn't mind the whole like matching the names up together thing, though that was definitely more challenging.
Yeah.
That was hard.
Yeah,
I mean, some like Merlin and Houdini and stuff. Like I was proud of myself, but then I was still like so far off of getting anything else. It was
Yeah.
one of those things. That was really challenging. What was the first round again? I already
the
forgot.
369.
First round, but yeah,
But yeah, I really bombed that one, so I really that was not my fave. Last round was
Okay.
my fave. Yeah, last round I liked the best for sure. That was cool.
I can't believe Motion Gate is.
Parques Reunidos? Yeah, I mean, that's pretty surprising.
Well, they both have Warner.
Is that the one?
Yeah.
Is that
I
the
guess
one
it's
that has the Capital Bullet Train?
Mm-hmm. And it's got
It looks so
a.
lame. No, it doesn't look lame, but it doesn't look very exciting.
And
I
they
guess.
have two Gerschlauers, like a custom Gerschlauer mouse and a launched infinity coaster.
Is that the one that has Green Hornet?
Yeah,
Yeah, Green Hornet looks kind of fun.
yeah. And then they have the Madagascar indoor
Yeah.
infinity
Oh,
coaster.
Sven, are you ready?
Yes.
Oh my God, Alex won, huh?
Second place with 265 points goes to
Drum roll.
Alex. And the winner with 280 points, Sean.
Good job,
That was a
babe.
close call.
You are
Okay,
now
wow,
Coaster
I'm
king of
officially
the
surprised.
world.
the Coaster King of the world.
Good, because I don't want
For
to
a
pay some
while.
bills for
I'm so,
website.
I'm so proud of you. And our timing is perfect because we are like 30 seconds away from 2 hours.
Wow, that was crazy. Well, damn. Okay, so we should do a quiz again, but maybe not die this time.
Thank you, Sven. That was really fun.
Well, I hope the listeners
enjoyed
enjoyed it as well. And as mentioned, the puzzles will come to... obviously, if you already listened to the episode, you'll be...
I bet the listeners. I hope listeners did better than we did. I hope some of them knew the answers, and they were sitting there being just like, "It's this answer."
That'd be kind of funny. Like the people.
That's typical for a quiz, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like
if you not under pressure, you do better.
So, Sean,
everyone,
you win to have your speech as Coaster King of the World.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sick.
I'm honored. I'm very excited that everyone's listening to the speech that I'm not making up.
What I meant was the outro.
Oh, there we go. I was thinking. Come on, man. Okay.
We got
it. Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. We had a great time quarantining with Sven all the way in Belgium because social distancing works so much better through Skype.
Oh, yeah.
Check out some of our last episodes. We went to Paris, as you said, maybe a couple other things. Mm-hmm. And, of course, we got a bunch of little listicles, such as the 5 Best Pirates. Sven is working on city trips for when we're all out of quarantine. So check out thecoasterkings.com. We have got some more content coming your way. And stay safe. Don't get the Coronies. And if you do, stay safe as well.
Yeah.
And then we'll
wash
see you guys
hands
on another episode soon.
Home.
Real quick. 6 feet. Wash hands. And have a good night.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Yeah.